Hey, I have this fabric that I purchased for someone special, and I'm going to make him an apron because he loves to cook. Can you guess who I'm making it for? So I took one of my aprons, the one that I wear, the denim one from Pampered Chef, and I used it as a pattern. You don't necessarily have a pattern all the time, have to have one, but it's good to have one. But if you don't, make do. That's what you got to do. So I laid it out on this fabric first, and that's going to be my little template. And then I had this brown fabric as well. It's a little thicker, so it'll give it some, some stability. And I'm going to cut that out. All right, grab my scissors. And I've already cut one side already, and I flipped it over so that it will be easier to cut. I'm using my cardboard cutting board because I don't have a solid surface that's big enough. So let's get the cutting. Some things when you're trying to replicate, you don't necessarily need a pattern if you have a flat enough surface. So what I'm doing is I'm just finishing cutting it off. Here we go, last piece. I think I'm going to get some D rings. It's basically shaped like a D for around the neck, how you do your neck roll around the neck, and be able to attach it from one side to the other. That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so I have both of these, and I'm going to put them together. Just a second. Okay, got the two sides, top and bottom. Going to put them together like this. And I'm going to pin them together, but I'm not going to sew them just yet because I want to make sure that I have ample enough room for the straps, because you got to have one to go around the waist and the other one to go around the neck. Got my trusty pins here. And I'm just gonna pin them, pin it where I'm gonna sew it, minus the area in which I need to put my straps. I need a strap up here at the armpit, because it's not going to go as far as an armpit, but it's just kind of like a shield. So I'm going to just pin it up, and then when I get ready to sew it, I will have everything ready to go. Don't worry about the little extra fabric you see and stuff. As long as you're following one of the areas in which this looks good over here. I have a little extra over there where my fabric kind of did a little slippage, but you can just clip that off at the end of your project. Okay, all the pins are in. Make sure I put my top down. You know them pins, they stick you if you don't have, if you mess around there and leave one hanging. I made it back to the sewing machine. Well, okay. First off, I cut out all these strips. They look like just regular old strips, but what they are is the tie that goes around the neck and attaches to the apron, and then the ties that go around the body. And what I did was I just took, you know, the coffee cup fabric and the plain fabric, because this is going to be a reversible apron. So I got 3 of them, 2 straps and 1 for around the neck. And I'm just going to sew them up each side, leaving the opening up here, the opening, so that you could just fit it up the top. So let's sew. Got a pin there. Remember I talked to you guys about the pins. Keep them out of the way so you don't run them over. Okay. I'm just sewing a straight line up and a straight line back without closing off the ends. That's one side. Let's see, straight up. See, there you go, front and back. And what I'm going to do is just flip it inside out. That was some little extra fabric I had. Might need to use that fabric for something. I'm going to take the pins out, and then I'm going to turn it inside out. I took out all the pins, put them back in the container, and I'm going to turn it inside out now. There are 2 easy ways to do it. One is with a safety pin, and the other is, I have this little strange little tool. It's looks like a tweezer, but it's not. It has like a little barrel that folds down to keep the fabric tight. That's what I'm going to use today. I'll probably do the next one with the pins so that you can see both ways. Okay, what you do is you catch a good piece on over their little teeth, and you pull this down so that it's tight on there. This way I'm going to already insert it in here, and I'm going to catch the fabric with the little teeth. There are tiny little teeth on there. Can you see that? Yeah. And you catch the fabric with the teeth and kind of maneuver your way through with it. And that way you can close the barrel without getting your finger caught up in there like I'm doing. There you go. Hopefully my finger won't stay in there. Don't stay in there. Okay. Close and squeeze it down till it's pretty snug so that you have a good grip. And you just turn it inside out that way. And you just bunch it up and keep working it so that it turns inside out. I'm gonna keep on trying. Doesn't always work the first time. You gotta get the hang of it. But once you got the hang of it and it starts working, you're good. But it's like this thicker fabric that I'm using. It wants to rebel against the whole revolution I'm going on here. This is a revolution. It's always a revolution. Sometimes it's easier to use the pin. I find that if you have one of those diaper pins that has the plastic on the end, I guess I'm dating myself because nobody uses cloth diapers that much anymore. But once you get it started, it's so easy. And this is what you got. You got the good side, well, not good side, but the solid side and the printed side. And all it is a tie to tie around your waist, attached to the apron. So I gotta do the other two, and well, excuse me, nose was itchy. Must gonna kiss a fool, or somebody's talking about me. Anywho, I'm going to do the other two. Okay, remember we had the body sitting right here. Well, it's sitting here now. Anywho, take the shortest one, which is this one, to go around the neck. And you're gonna open up the two good sides. Let's move this back. Open up the good side, and you're going to take this and you're going to put it inside on the two ends and pin it. Okay. Take them here and take it here and pin it. Well, you don't have to pin it just yet. Just make sure you don't move it. But it might be good just to pin it just the same. Okay. I got another one, another pin somewhere that I can't. Oh, here it is. Okay, and take that one and put it right there. Just temporarily. Then you close it up. And you can take that pin out. And replace it so that you only have one pin there. So you have your neck strap in there with your body strap. I mean, with the, you know, you're going to encase it there. And for the sides, and take the other one, and all the straps are going inside the two good sides. I'll put it right there. Place those inside like as if I'm putting them in a pocket or something. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to pin it. Right, like about an inch or so underneath the little curve action, like right there. Back at the machine. Okay, all I'm going to do is just sew up one side all the way around the neck, all the way around by the chest part, all the way around by the armpit, and all the way down, all the way. And then we'll turn it inside out. Don't be afraid to try something new. Everybody has strengths somewhere in their situation. They have gifts and strengths, but you got to use them. I'm going to do a back stitch over where I have the strap. Okay, now I'm turning the corner to go around the armpit. It's not really an armpit. It's more like, I guess, the breast area. Everywhere you stitch where there's a strap that's embedded in there, make sure you do a back and then a forth to give it a little more stability. That makes sure that it's you know, not going to just slip out and pull away. Okay, after you've sewn the whole cotton picking thing all the way around except for the hem, don't do the hem. And I would trim off the excess, take out your pins. Let's see if I got all the pins out of here. And you can trim off the excess fabric. See, I have a little bit of excess there. I'm just going to trim it, just not a lot, but just enough. just a little. And I think I'm good up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a trim action. Ooh, my lizard friend's back. Right there. Just snip that little piece off. That way it lays flat a little bit better. And let's turn it inside out. Okay, I'm going to turn it inside out. See what we got. Here's one strap. Here's the next strap. You can take your little finger and stick it in those little corner areas. I'm going to put probably a little top stitch around that. The other one. And here's the other strap here. So basically what I have is a big old apron. See? I'll let you get a little longer view. And you have an apron. It's just that easy. All you have to do is, if you want to hem it, you hem it. If you want to zigzag it, you zigzag it. I'll probably put a couple of little spots, maybe a little slip thing so you can drop your scissors or your spoon or whatever in there so that you know, when you have it. Let's see. I think I'll just make up something. So I decided to add a little bit of something. Put a pocket on it. Okay. Take those pins out. It looks pretty good. I hope he likes it. See? Put a pocket on there. All you gotta do is stick a little stuff in there, you know, if you have a seasoning or whatever, or I don't know, can opener. What I'm doing now is throwing a top stitch around the perimeter of all my sewn sides so that it lays flat. Making sure that I do a back stitch over where the straps meet the fabric, the body of the apron. That's one of those body straps. Okay. Okay, this is the top stitch that you may not be able to see it, but see it right there in that green. It's just a top stitch to hold everything flat. So now I'm going to get ready to hem. I'm probably just going to do a straight stitch with a zigzag over top because it lays flat and it looks good. And I hope that he likes it. That's my zigzag. Now I'm going to just do a straight stitch and should be done. So I stepped out to the store for these D-rings. Got them from Joann's. You got 2 pairs, which equals 4 pieces. I only need 2. And what you do with these little rings is you put it on, I cut the neck thing, and you put them on here and sew them on, so it makes it easier to attach your strap around your neck. So let's sew that up. Okay, that's very simple. Cut off the excess. And there you have it. What you do is you take this, put it through both of them, both the rings, and run it up through one of the other rings. And there you go. You're all set. This project is done. I hope he likes it. I'm gonna send it to him. Happy birthday, better late than never, Wantson.